Karina baby, if there's one thing Mama's very consistent. So we're going to start the year off with a good start, right? I need to get you another one of these yearbook of years, a year full of stories book, another 366 days of stories, because we went through this one. But the thing is, we used to read the same storybooks all the time. I used to read you Mama Loves You. It's a storybook from you when you were little all the time. Every night I read you that storybook, you know? So I don't feel bad about going back through this. A good start. It was the first day of the new year. Ben was getting dressed in his room. I can't find my socks, said Ben. They must be there somewhere, said Mama. Ben rummaged through the heap of clothes. He found shorts, a shirt, 2 sweaters, an undershirt, and 3 were his socks. And there were his socks at the bottom. Time to tidy up, I think, said Mama. So Ben put his socks on and folded his clothes in the drawer. Well done, said his Mama. Ben searched for his shoes. He found the left shoe by his bookcase and the right shoe was missing. I can't find my shoe, said Ben. It must be there somewhere, said Papa. It wasn't on the shoe rack or behind the door, so Ben looked under the bed. I found a balloon, some chips, 5 marbles, and his playful puppy, Boris. And there was his shoe at the back. Time to tidy up, I think, said Papa. So Ben tied his shoelaces and cleared everything off the floor. Well done, says Papa. After that, Ben went to find his dump truck. It has great big wheels and a great back. And the back tidied up. But when Ben opened the toy cupboard, everything fell out. You'll never find your truck in that mess, said Mama. It must be there somewhere, said Papa. Time to tidy up, I think, said Ben. So Ben picked up his puzzles, sorted through his games, and put his toys back in the cupboard. Last of all, there was his favorite truck. You've made a good start to this year, said Mama and Papa. Ben looked around his clean and tidy room. Yes, said Ben, I have. Now, the thing is, every home has so much space, right? So you only have so much space for all the things that you want to keep and want to have. And unfortunately, when people designed houses a long time ago, usually houses are built years and years ago, right? 1955, 1902, you know, these houses were built so long ago when people had certain things within their home, right? They didn't have washers and dryers. They didn't have refrigerators. They didn't have all these modern appliances that we have today, right? They didn't have a lot of clothes because the mamas were hand washing the clothes and hanging them up. Mama did that for a long time with Papa and I. And then we had you and we moved, and then we had a washer and dryer in the basement, and I was still going to the laundromat once a month though too. But I went from hand washing everything in the couple apartments that we lived in to having this washer and dryer, right? It saved me really no time because it's about the same amount of time to hand wash clothes as it is to wash and dry clothes in a washer and dryer. But the amount of stuff that you could put in the washer and dryer, because we lived in an apartment complex, like an apartment on the bottom floor, and the basement was ours, so the washer and dryer was in the basement, so we got to use that. I don't know if our other neighbors upstairs had their own washer and dryer or not. I never asked our neighbors. But we had a washer and dryer. But the washer and dryer was so small that it was the same amount of time as Mama hand washing stuff, which is why I still went to the laundromat. But your house only has so much space, right? You want all these things. You want to have, you know, your dolls, and you want to have your fashion accessories, and you want to have your nail kits, and you want to have your, you know, your vanity, and you want to have your Barbie dolls, and you want to have your science, and you want to have your microscopes, and you want to have your, you know, your science games, and you want to have your math games, and you want to have your reading games, right? And you want to have your books, and you want to have your Play-Doh and your paint, and like all the things that you have to create things, right? You can only hold one thing at a time. Like, you know, if Mama has a phone in her hand, that's the phone she has in her hand, right? And there's you. So you want to have your car seats, and you want to have all your stuff that you have, right? You want to have your story times. But you only have so much space. So sometimes things seem like they're really, really messy, right? But they're not. They're just having so much space to have all your belongings. I love you so much, and I miss you so incredibly much, honey. I can't wait to see you. So yeah, sometimes things look really messy, but they're really, really not. They're just having so many things within that space. All right, so let's do 10 pigs with Derek Anderson. An epic bath adventure. Let's see what's going on with these piggy pigs. Ooh, look at the duckies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 duckies. 10, an epic bath adventure. 10 pigs. Ooh, 10 pigs in a bath. 1 pig in the bath with 1 rubber ducky. 1 very happy pig in the bath with 1 rubber ducky. This bathtub is perfect for just me and you. But along came pig number 2. Ooh, look at that piggy jumping. 2. This tub is too small for a duck and 2 pigs and a bouncy ball. Make way for me, squeals number 3. This is a bath and not a deep blue sea, says pig number 1. Oh my, pig number 1's getting, he is like, I was in here first. Thus, this tub is too full. That's it, no more. Oh no, here comes pig number 4. Everyone else is having fun except for pig number 1. Because pig number 1 was originally there and thought that this was his bath time, right? Arg, says 5, and 6 gives a toot. 7 laughs his boat with a sailor's salute. So the 7 launches his boat with a sailor's salute. Look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 piggies now. Oh my. Is the bath gonna overflow? Pig 8 has a castle. Number 9 barely fits. Now there's nowhere left to sit. Oh, what a cute party, right? They're having a piggy bath party. Look at that flag, that pirate's flag. And number 10 wiggles and squeals and surfs his way in. There he is. 10 pigs. 10. Wait, what? Wait. What is that? What do you think it is? Do you think it's number 11? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Run. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Where's 1? Where do you think 1 is? Do you think 1 stayed in? No pigs, none. Oh, look at that sandcastle. And the floaty and the beach ball and the ducky. Ducky's still in the bath. Oh, 1 wolf. One very happy wolf. Pig! Oh, see? Look at that. Number 1 got rid of the rest of them. Sometimes things aren't always what they seem, right? Mr. Pig's trying to be Mr. Wolf, but Mr. Wolf isn't in there at all. It's just Mr. Pig. You always have to be careful in life, right? Not everything is what it seems. Let's take a count of how many are left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 26 rubber duckies. All living their best lives, doing their own things. But what happened with this too? It was a space issue, right? If there was more space, everyone would fit. Look at him. Look at him run. Oh, he's running away. Look at that piggy. Certainly is happy. He outsmarted the rest of the pigs in the crowd, right? They all wanted to come in. They saw that he drew back. They all wanted to have fun with him, and he just wanted to be left alone. What is that? Is that a boundary? That is called a boundary. So you own your own body, right? And if you decide that you want to do something that you just want to do on your own, that's okay. It's okay to say no to other people. To say, no, I want to take a bath by myself, right? That's what he wanted to do. He wanted to take a bath by himself. And he didn't want to share his bathtub at that moment. And it's very important to be able to share, especially when you have a whole bunch of toys and you're just taking things away from other kids. I didn't allow that when you were little. Like, I keep going back to that story about Rosie. When we were at home and all of your toys are out and Rosie was going over and picking up a toy, you went over and told her no. And I told you, Karina, if you keep doing that, you're not going to have any toys. Mama will take all of them away. However, when you were in the library and we were playing with certain toys like the dollhouse and you were playing with the little dolls and some little kid came over and wanted to take the doll that you were playing with, I would tell them no. And then you would repeat it, right? Because you weren't done playing with that toy and that wasn't right because someone else saw you playing with something that you wanted to play with, for someone else to come over and say, oh, well, you know, I want to play with that now. They can wait a little while. When you're done playing with it, you could hand it off and play with something else because you're not playing with every single toy in that library. You're playing with your specific toy that you picked out. So there is a difference, right? What is that when you're in the house and you're not sharing any of your toys? That's not sharing. That's not being nice. What is it when you're in the library and you're playing with one specific toy and some little kid comes up and asks you for that toy? That's a boundary issue, right? You are very, very important as a human being, just like that other little kid is, just like mama is, just like papa is, just like you are, just like everyone around you. Everyone's so super important, right? It's important to listen to people, to hear them, to respect them, and to keep your own boundaries though too. So when someone comes up to you and says, oh, this is shiny, right? Let's use this as, this is great. I want to play with this, right? This is a remote, right? So if you're using this remote and you're using it for something, this is a TV remote, but if you're using it for something and you can't hand it off, what do? You say no. But if you have everything like on you, right, and you have all this stuff and you know, you have boom, 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 and someone comes up and says, oh, can I read the Chick-Go-Saurus book? And you say no, that's not sharing, right? There is a difference. There's a difference, baby. I wanted you to know that difference, and I wanted you to own your own body and respect yourself, and to be acknowledgeable of the people around you and respect the people around you. Because even though they were babies, they were 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You like to hang out with a 6-year-old when you were 2. When you were 2, you were hanging out with 6-year-olds. The only difference between you and them was they spoke faster than you. That was the only difference. But that's who you liked to hang out with when you were 2. You hung out with other, you know, younger children and older children at all points in times throughout your babyhood, right? But there is a difference between keeping a boundary and just not sharing. And I hope that you know the difference. And I hope that you still walk around saying, I own my body, because I taught you that. Because you do own your body and you have the right to say no to anybody, including mama. Remember the one day where you wanted to wear the gloves in the living room, right? You were putting on the gloves. we started doing the counting song, and I asked you, will you give me a hug? And you told me no. And I said, okay, that's fine. You're allowed to not give me a hug, right? If I picked you up and you said, no, put me down, I'd put you down, right? If Papa was tickling you and you'd scream no, I'd tell him, Papa, no, don't tickle her. She's good. You know, you have the right to own your own body. You always do and you always will. And you have the right to put up boundaries on anything, okay? I love you and I miss you so much. And sometimes things seem messy. It's just because it's a small amount of space. And we don't have people who build houses functionally. Mama wants to build her own house one day. Maybe I'll get there one day. I hope I do. I'd love to be able to design. I already have a house designed. I just want to be able to build it, but it's going to be so expensive, right? And that's the thing. This world runs on money, and we don't create money. We just, we earn it, but we're not like, like the vault that creates its own money. We have to earn every single cent. Let's do we sit and watch the rain as it falls from the sky, and we are glad to be inside where it is warm and dry. Oh yes, I do love the rain. It keeps the earth so clean and helps the pretty flowers grow from the mountains to the streams. Karina, baby, I love you and I miss you. Happy New Year, honey.